Good morning, I'm Vinay Dayal, and I'm going to give a go-through of my projects. So, this is a part of the science of swimming. So, table of contents. There are materials required for Project 1. The animations only available in video. The materials required for Project 2. And the method of Project 2. So now, for the materials required for Project 1. So, to make the first project, you'll need everything which is shown on this picture, right? So, it's a combo of Lego bricks, Connect bricks, and Lego Technic. So now I'm going to show you an animation made by me, which will show you how to make it in less than a minute. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the animation. It's made using a software called Scratch by me. As you can see, the first project is a seesaw. So I'm going to play it 2 more times and then I will show you another 2 animations to explain how this is related to my project. Okay, so now we're going to see the second animation. I call it Seesaw Case 1. In a bit, I'll explain it to you. So, as you can see, the heavier kid brings the seesaw down, right? And then the lighter kid gets off and he pushes it. And he pushes the seesaw back down, right? So he's exerting force down on his end of the seesaw to keep things balanced. This is only a temporary fix, as you may have noticed, right? So, now, I'm going to explain what it has to do with swimming. So, imagine your entire body as a seesaw. The end with the heavier kid on it is the upper body, okay? So, the upper body has all of your vital organs, and most heavily, and importantly too, your brain and your skull, and all of the layers that are surrounding it. You also have your heart and lungs in it too. So, now do you understand why it brings you down? This is when you're in water, right? But the lighter part of your body, or the lighter kid in the case of the seesaw, is your lower body, right? Your lower body, as you may have noticed, is much lighter than your upper body, right? So, that's why you sink, right? Because your upper body is much heavier. But how are we going to balance that? It's simple, by exerting force on the lower body, right? So, now, did you see what the kid did? I'm going to repeat this one more time. The kid got off the seesaw and pushed down. So, in other words, the kid is exerting force on his side, right? Imagine that the kid is a pair of our legs, right? So, our legs are kicking and paddling and whatnot, and they're exerting force. So, that balances it for a temporary time limit based on the force, but I cannot guarantee this, as it all depends on the force and various other factors. Now, so case 1 is the successful case. There's also an equal stage, which is also obtained from case 1. But then here comes case 2. Okay, so now we are on case 2. Look, this is gonna play in a very similar way, but it has a different ending. As you can see, the kid gets off and all. The kid does the exact same thing, which the other kid in case 1 does as well, right? But if you may have noticed, actually, this isn't a fix at all, right? He's exerting too less force. That's what happens when your legs get tired and you can't kick anymore. You just can't. Like you're entirely exhausted and all. So, yeah, that's the explanation of how my project is actually related to the science of swimming. So, now I'm going to talk about my next project. So now, materials required for project 2. To do this project, you need a bucket or a huge container. You also need lots of water in the bucket or container and a mug. So the method to do this project is, all you have to do is just follow these steps. Okay? Fill water in the bucket, not to the brim, not entirely full. Then turn the mug upside down and hold it above the bucket. Press the mug down. You'll feel that it's harder to push down. Okay, so most of us know that the mug, when you dunk it in, has some air in it, right? It's not entirely empty. So now that you've heard the method, let's continue. And now I'm going to explain it. So, I was saying that the air was in the mug, right? The mug isn't entirely empty. So, when you press it down, the air is actually getting pushed out, right? And that gives you a few more seconds longer to stay afloat. Imagine that the mug is you. You are the mug. Be one with the mug. Actually, don't. Okay, so the air in the mug represents the air in our lungs, right? And the air in our lungs helps us stay afloat for a bit longer, right? So that's why we have to keep on going out of the water. Like in freestyle, you may have noticed that professional athletes and pretty much everyone just tilts their head to the right, takes in a breath, and that also helps them to stay afloat. Also, now, there's one more thing, just one more, okay? So, for this, the actual tip in this is, in swimming speak, press the middle of your body down, right? So you're exerting force on the water, and the buoyant force is pushing you right back up. What a cool tip, right? So, now, I'm afraid my time with you guys is over. So, this is Vinay, Dayal, 7G, signing off.